All right, everybody, welcome back to Game Over Cancer. During the intermission, we had a huge $525 anonymous donation saying good luck to Nori and Turkey, our runners for our next game. Shantae and the Pirates Curse. Game over, Cancer. Shantae is going to be a wonderful run. Nori, Turkey, take it away, guys.
Oh, guys. Yes, this is Norimaki SR. Joining me in a race is Mr. Tky619. Probably one of the best players of this game in the entire community at this time and juncture. And another really good runner is joining us as well. Jake, could you go ahead and introduce yourself? And Turkey, you as well, sir.
Sure. Hello, my name is Jake the Snake. I am a speedrunner for Shantae and the Pirates Curse as well, and I will be providing commentary to this race.
And I'm Tky619. It's pretty much my main speed game, and yeah, I'll come back up the Cyber Show to do more. Thought you got rid of me? Not quite yet.
Can't ever get rid of Turkey.
It's a shame, really. We tried, but it doesn't happen for some reason.
It never happens.
Well, we'll take the moment to say that during that first run, the incentive for this game was met that we had, which upgraded from an 80% to an ADM run. So thank you for those donations from back then. This just be a slightly longer run, which will open up the true ending, and I'll let Jake speak more on that as and when time goes on. Other than that, I'm ready to go whenever everyone else is ready to go, and let's crack on.
All right, are you two ready?
Yep, I'm on pirate mode.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Turkey.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck, both of you guys. So the way that this is going to work is they are doing the ADM route, and we are also playing on the pirate mode version of the game. What pirate mode means is throughout all of the different dungeons in the game, you get power-ups that aid in your movement. Pirate mode, you just start with all of those. So you're going to see these guys moving real quickly throughout all these areas, starting with the scimitar dash. They've also got a hat, they've got a cannonball, they've got a pistol, and they got the boots. The boots is what allows them to charge through everything very quickly. Another thing is, since we are doing ADM, this is going to be sort of like the 80% route, except we are going to be collecting 20 dark magic on our way through this run. So in a little bit, we'll see our very first enemy, our very first dark magic enemy, the Cacklebat, who will be popping in after the first mini boss. But for now, we're just making our way through to Scuttletown slowly but surely. Or I guess not slowly, but quickly but surely.
A little bit slow at the moment, but
a little hiccup. It's okay. It's okay. Right here, you're gonna see Nori activate his pike ball right at the start of that room, which allows him to blow up the mine, and then we're gonna be able to scimitar our way all the way down. Normally, you have to wait for those mines to explode, but you can scimitar them very quickly to get through.
And RNG commence.
All right, and now we've made our way to our first boss, Ammo Baron. Ammo Baron is a fun little RNG heavy boss. He can do a few things. Nori unfortunately got a charge for his first attack, which isn't the greatest. We're looking for him to shoot cannonballs. He can shoot red cannonballs and black cannonballs. The red ones are the ones we're looking for. Turkey getting a red cannonball on the first one with no charges, which is really good. Nori not getting too lucky here with the charges, and Turkey also getting some. But we can hit those red cannonballs back at him, and whenever he falls back down, we can hit him. Looks like we're pretty close, and Nori is finished with Ammo Baron. Pretty decent fight, and Turkey is also finished with Ammo Baron. Those charges are pretty bad. You could lose up to, I believe, 4 seconds per charge. He can do 4 charges per phase. So luckily we didn't see any of that. But now we've blown up Ammo Baron's take. Unfortunately, Ammo Baron got the deed to the town, and he's now going to, I believe, sue Shantae, and we get a court summons. I don't exactly remember the lore of this game. It's been a while.
I was waiting for that to be a thing, Jake. I gave you enough like gruff about that during your last marathon run of this.
I'm sorry.
I expected better. You should have studied up, sir. Just kidding.
I'll I'll study up on the lore for next time.
You at least know what's going on with the bathtub, right?
Yeah, I know what's going on with the bathtub. So Shantae doesn't really own a bathtub. It was planted here by the one and only Risky Boots, who's typically the main antagonist for the series. But in this game, she's actually our ally. She's come to show us her Cacklebat, or her Tinkerbat friend, who got trapped in the glass in her uncle's lab, and he's getting infected with dark magic right now. That's the stuff we're going to be collecting throughout this run. Normally, in a normal any percent run, we would only kill this Cacklebat and be done with it, but because this is ADM, we're going to be killing 20 of them. They're scattered all throughout Sequinland. This is just the first one. The fights are not very long. As you can see, both Turkey and Nori dispatched this Cacklebat very quickly. And then we're going to get our magic lamp, which is going to allow us to suck up that dark magic.
Alright, and here we go. Oh, almost slipped up straight away. Right. Oh, I'm actually.
Nori's gonna get the Void Walk, which if you saw Shantae walk to the wall there. I don't quite know how that works, but I believe you are. It's like a pixel perfect thing, I think. I have no idea.
You get enough of her within the actual hitbox of the door to be able to get her to go in without being on solid ground. So
yeah,
it follows through with the animation, even though she's not on ground, basically.
And it doesn't save any time. It's just like a fun little thing that can happen. And then we're going to be dashing through the scarecrow fields. We're killing these scarecrows because they could drop items that are going to be useful for us during the run, but it looks like Nori isn't quite lucky, and Turkey isn't quite lucky either. But that's okay.
Oh, that's useless.
Oh my god.
Of course.
So, Nori got a pirate flare from one of the orcs, which, well, that would be great in a normal any percent run. Since this is ADM, it's really not too helpful because we need 9 flares anyways.
It's actually, if you're getting an orc flare drop, it is actually kind of useful.
Kind of.
Compared.
Kind of.
Pretty much the problem with the early flares, we normally would do it in an any percent runs. We'd fortunately get enough gems early on, get it from the shop, and it's the time of the shop that negates it. Well, that negates a good amount, so we have to get an additional cacklebacks as we go out of here. So picking up one from the shop kind of negates it down to only getting like a 6 or 7 second save, but when you purchase it, you have to do one more back forth run somewhere where you lose that time back again. By actually getting the drop, you do get a time advantage, but you'd have to remember to pick up the cackleback you leave behind if you choose to take it, or just keep it in the shop for, an extra 20 gems off. A few options.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shantae brain kicked in there for a little bit.
It's okay. It's insightful. So we got a brochure in the sewers, and we're gonna turn it into Ambo Baron to get some squid oil, and he's gonna walk off to his brand new vacation spot on Tanline Island, which we'll be heading to later. But for now, we're going to open the castle, and we're going to turn in our court summons because Shantae did it bad early. So
yeah.
we gotta go.
This old guy does us a big solid. He buries the court summon in red tape, never to be seen again.
It's literally guy. You just give him you give him the summons, and then you steal a map from the library, and then we just did.
Oh yeah.
Choose it. We've got to protect ourselves from those shears.
So I guess one thing I should explain is something that both the runners are going to be doing throughout this run constantly, called the Risky Shuffle. So normally, whenever you are doing a scimitar charge, you have to hold forward for continuous movement. Or in order for it to register a charge, you have to be continuously moving. If you run back and forth, it normally doesn't register as continuous movement. But if you tap one direction on the D-pad and the other direction on the control stick, back and forth, it actually counts as one continuous movement. And they're going to be using that to get a charge in this tiniest of spots throughout the entire run. So you'll be seeing it quite often.
Bit late, but okay, thank you.
Wait, what did you get, Turkey? I didn't see.
Fight ball. It would have been nice on the way back out, but on the way in, I mean, I guess I got it for an enemy a little bit later on, but not what I was hoping for at that point, but drop to drop.
All right, and they're gonna turn the library card and get paid for it apparently, even though we only took the library card for a few minutes. But that's okay. And right here, they're gonna go to the shop and buy some pirate flares, which pirate flares, you saw Nori get one earlier. They are used for warping back to the start of an island, which is useful for saving a lot of time, and also a super pike ball, which is one of the items that grants you the ability to deal more damage, which we'll be using on the bosses throughout this run. Not all of them, but a majority of them. And then we're going to be heading to our first island, Saliva Island.
Let's go.
Turkey getting a meat chunklet from one of the guys, and a bubble shield as well. That bubble shield is going to help for the final boss later on. Our runners are both going to be making our way upstairs to the top of the island. And talking to these two girls, Twitch and Vinegar. They're going to be hitting this ham and getting some ham stink. Why we're getting this ham stink, you'll see very shortly. But on our way to deliver the ham stink to its destination, the runners are going to stop and kill another cacklebat to get some more dark magic.
I've got a bit of fortunate RNG there, so having that cacklebat dive to jump to the right is actually beneficial because it actually is a little bit quicker to run out of the room and re-enter it after you destroy it. Saves the animation of them dying. It's only like a second at a time, but it's still a little bit.
Yeah, it saves the time that would be spent for the animation playing.
Speaking of animation skips, you're blinking.
And something that you saw Turkey do there and what Nori's about to do is whenever they give the ham stink to the this dragon thing, whatever it is, you'll see them pause like 3 times or more, and that is like a slight animation skip that skips him the blinking his eyeballs, I believe.
Yep.
Which saves a not too much time, but a decent amount of time. And there's also another cacklebat upstairs.
About 3 or 4 seconds, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of time.
My accidental contribution to the speed run. I couldn't stop pausing myself there, and then suddenly everyone's like, "Wait a second, what was that?"
At least your contributions save time. Mine technically cost time.
But yours adds entertainment
Not on a PG show, it doesn't matter.
value. True.
Sorry, I'll behave.
Either way, now that the saliva is dripping down, we're able to get the petrify spell from these two girls right here, and we're going to be able to use that to enter the first labyrinth. We're going to give the petrify spell to this guy, and he wants to free his wife from the petrification spell, but unfortunately he ends up petrifying himself, which opens up the door to the first labyrinth.
They're fine. Perfectly fine.
It's all good. And before we actually make our way through Spittle Maze, we're actually going to explore a little bit of an Easter egg that was put in the game. But we're doing it for a purpose. A little quirk about the keys in this game is that they are usable in any dungeon. Considering this part of the dungeon is not part of the main game, there are some extra keys that we can grab that we can use in later parts of the game to skip other keys. These ones are relatively quick to grab, so we're going to be making our way through here just to get a couple keys. I believe they will be used in Tanline Temple, I believe.
Correct.
Yes,
Yep.
Yep. So later, then it's not a dungeon, but the third area of the game. So we're gonna Turkey's gonna grab his second key right here. He's gonna actually do something called an animation skip, where if you eat a food item at the same time you grab an item, you actually skip the animation of picking up the item, which saves, I believe, a couple seconds per item that you use it on.
Yep, we usually say roughly 2 seconds. You have to account for the menu timing, but if everything's done optimally, it can be upwards or as close to 3 seconds a time. Well, we usually say it's anywhere between 2.5 on average.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of time. It's not really too necessary, but it's useful for saving a little bit of time. So Turkey's gonna make his way into this room with a couple of enemies that we like to call whipmen. And he's gonna be just scimitaaring on top of them. They kind of sit there and don't really know what to do when you're doing that. So it's just sort of like a nice quick way to do it with not much pain. Looks like Nori's getting an item from one of them. He got a lobster tail, so you can use that for an animation skip later. And then we're making our way into the first boss. This is Cyclops Plant. He is not too difficult of a boss. You're gonna see him kind of just die if Turkey can get it. There we go.
Yeah, you're gonna see me make a mistake.
But essentially how it works is you just sort of scimitar on top of Cyclops Plant, and it's continuously doing damage to him, enough to kill him very quickly. And that is the first boss cleared for Turkey, but Nori is right behind him.
No!
Fortunately, Nori's gonna get hit out of the sky. Almost there. There we go. Yeah, that boss could be a little tricky whenever he's bouncing around the room. If you get hit once, it's kind of hard to recover from it. But still, good fights from both of them.
Speak for yourself. That was not a good fight.
It was an alright fight. For what happened, I think it was alright.
I know this is not in the spirit of like a live marathon run of any kind, but is it okay for me to suggest not to watch the next 5 minutes? You know, if you know, you know.
Unfortunately, we will be all watching the next 5 minutes, and I'll be watching 2 sets of 5 minutes. So
yeah, sorry about that.
So 10 minutes of this section at the same time. Oh boy. Either way, we're going to be making our way to Spiderweb Island. Spiderweb Island has a section that is quite notorious among speedrunners for basically being an auto-scroller, and you get hit once there and you lose a ton of time. We're gonna actually take a little stop here and pick up a fossil, which we'll be using to get into the fourth island later on in the run. But for now, we've made our way over to everyone's favorite section, Run Roddy Tops. Roddy Tops has been captured by the spider, and I believe we free her, and she apparently broke her ankle or something.
She got bit in the leg.
She got bit. It bit in the leg, so now she can't walk anymore.
Yes, she claims the spider bit her, and now she's got poisoned and she can't use her legs. And oh, woe is me! Please carry me and help me. And now I calm down before Ray kicks in. But unfortunately, that's pretty much why we have to go through this, because Roddy Tops decides he's lazy.
And we're such a good friend to Roddy Tops that, of course, we do it every single time. No problem.
We don't have a choice.
Turkey getting quite lucky not getting hit by the enemy that we like to call the gatekeeper. There's this guy who drops his tongue, and Nori's about to get there. The guy who drops his tongue, this first guy right here, and there's a chance that he'll drop it or not. Both Nori and Turkey got past the tongue, got past the gatekeeper, no problem. So we both got pretty lucky there.
Nice.
And yeah, so this section is essentially just a 5-minute auto scroller from what it feels like. The annoying thing about this section, at least to me, is that if you get hit at any point during Run Roddy Tops, it resets you to the start of the room. Which, depending on the room, you can lose a few seconds, you can lose 15 seconds, you can lose 30 seconds. It just all depends. So it's not the most fun experience, but it is an experience that we all go through nonetheless.
It is what it is, unfortunately. Other than that, there isn't much going on here, as you say, so maybe we can open up the donations if there's any in waiting.
I forgot to unmute my microphone, but there is a donation in waiting. We have $25 from, I apologize in advance when I mispronounce your name, Racodactylus.
Hey, you got it.
$25, say good luck, we're all counting on you. So no pressure, guys, but we are, in fact, all counting on you.
Oh, nothing to worry about then, we'll be fine.
Indeed, indeed. Nori's heading the swag part of Run Ready Tops. Will he get it? Yes, he will. That little jump right there where he sort of jumps down into that pit of hands. I believe the hitbox does not spawn until the hand is fully extended, so you can sort of jump in and out of there. It saves no time whatsoever. It just kind of looks cool. It's like the one swag trick that this game has. Well, there's a couple, I guess, but that's like the main one that I think about.
There's a few. I mean, let's say everyone has a different reason to why they do that. My personal reason was let's say we had someone back in the day when by the name of Esco, that pretty much he was the glitch man of this game, pretty much come up with a lot of the stuff that we used in the early days and still use today. And he basically said, I will no longer verify your runs unless you do this stake jumper. So I've been doing it ever since.
So that's where that comes from. I had no idea that was the origin of that. Like, cause I knew y'all said that, but I didn't quite know like why y'all said that. But it makes sense.
Yeah,
now.
I mean that's more specific to me. I don't know about everyone else.
Turkey getting the taco jump. I'll explain what taco jump is once Nori gets there. He's right about there. This second to last room that Nori is in is quite a scary room because of these droppers and those worms. They can be quite jerks, as you can see there. But the cycle of this room is all whack, and sometimes the worms can shoot through the gates. Right there, that jump that Nori did right before the worm, that is called the taco jump, where you jump over the worm as he's extending himself upwards. And Turkey getting through the last room, no problem whatsoever. And then making a safety save.
I honor the call.
Nori's just about there as well. He's only got one more stretch to go. This last stretch could be a little tricky because those tombstone crabs at the bottom can pincer you, but looks like Nori got pretty lucky, so looks like both runners got through relatively unscathed, and hopefully it stays that way. So after turning in Roddy Tops, Turkey is going to head over to Poe and hand him the squid oil to where he can fix his carriage. And then make his way all the way back to the other side of the woods. Unfortunately, we never have to see that section of the game ever again.
Fortunately. You said you mispronounced it.
What?
I said, unfortunately is what I thought I heard you say. I'm pretty sure you meant to say fortunately.
I thought I said fortunately, but maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Maybe I heard you.
I mean, some people would say unfortunately, but I'm not one of those people.
I'm proud of you, son.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
Turkey's gonna kill another Cacklebat over here, and like you said earlier, leaving and coming back sort of skips the animation of the Cacklebat dying, which allows him to pick up the dark magic just slightly faster. Also, Nori getting the shriveled thing that smells. We don't know if that smells or what it smells like, if it's smelling us. We don't really quite know. It just sort of smells. But whatever it is, we hand it to this dungeon on Turkey's side. We feed it, and it wants more, so it sort of lets Shantae in.
Infin? Regular, okay.
And before entering the dungeon, they actually kill the Cacklebat to the left, and while he's exploding, you can still open the door to the dungeon, and on the way out, we're going to be picking up that dark magic that he dropped.
Ooh.
Turkey's gonna make his way to this room with some skeletons, and he's gonna get a super pike ball from one of the skeletons, which is
really
nice.
That's just mean game. Why you do this? Make up for the flare from earlier, is my guess.
Oh, and he got a super monster milk from the enemy as well. That's some really good RNG. Let's see it. Let's hope Nori gets the same.
Incoming Nori flare.
Probably. Wait.
No drops from the skeletons, unfortunately, but this I forgot what these enemies are called.
That gal.
Bat gals can drop a super monster milk or a Pirate Flare, or a Super Pike Ball. That's not the worst drop. You got something at least.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. We're gonna grab a couple more keys. We could have technically used the keys from the old Spittle Maze, but since we want to use them later on, we decided to get these 2 keys instead. And so Turkey is coming up on a boss, the second boss of the game, Emperor Spider. Now this boss can be quite scary, but because we have an auto potion, we should be good. Technically speaking, you're going to see Turkey use a Super Pike Ball, and the way this is going to work is he's going to kind of sort of wedge himself in the hitbox of Emperor Spider. Whenever you use a cannon in this game and get hit, or whenever you hair whip and get hit at the same time, it refreshes your cannon hits, which sort of allows him to stay in the air constantly. You're going to see him taking a bunch of damage. The fight looks really scary.
Ooh, that was a bit close.
But you see Turkey gets through with a quarter of a heart left.
I think
Very
I was
nicely done.
probably literally like a few frames away from running out of iframes there. It felt like it anyway.
Let's see what Nori's is like.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind.
Don't forget the cut of that.
Can't.
Alright, on the 10 line. RNG, please be on my side.
For Spiders being quite mean, but unfortunately Nori gets through.
Okay, 199, one for
That
my
boss
items.
is quite difficult to get right.
Yeah, probably the most technical fight in the run, I'd probably say. Oh,
I'd agree with
okay,
that.
well, I didn't even get to start my song. Fair enough.
Oh, and Turkey gets a Monster Milk from the first Cactus Guy on Tan Line Island. Just for reference for the audience, Monster Milks, what they do is they double your damage, and if you get a Super Monster Milk, it triples your damage. So, as you can think, they are very good items for a lot of the boss fights in this run.
Pretty much. I mean, from this point up until we get to the end of Tanline's primary boss is where we're hoping to get the bulk of, if not all of the item drops that we realistically want for the run. Of course, in the event that that does not happen, we have a multitude of different approaches that we could take from either gems or enemy kills, such as to be able to get back to where we need it to be.
Looks like Nori got a couple items. I didn't see what the first one was, but he did end up
First
getting a
one-
Monster Milk.
The first one's probably a food piece because I think it came from the soldier. Soldier drops a meat chunklet, so
Yeah.
More than likely, then.
Either way, you got a Monster Milk, which is pretty good.
it keeps it even based on what I heard you say Turkey got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one Monster Milk drop there, but I did get a Super Milk from the back girl, and I also
Yeah,
got a Super Pike.
I got a Super
on the
Pike,
way.
yeah, it's a little different, but close enough. Almost equal opportunity drop.
Almost.
We're getting there.
So Turkey is making his way back through Saliva Island to get a mummy sketch using the X-ray specs that he got earlier from Squid Baron and Tanline. And then he's going to be making his way back to Scuttletown to go get another mummy sketch. We need these mummy sketches to decipher a code which will allow us to get into the Tanline Temple. It's gonna drop the sarcophagus off there, and unfortunately, Sky's future husband Joe is now petrified.
Yeah, Rip Joe.
Rip Joe. I'm sure we'll see him later though.
Maybe. Oh no, he's dead. Oh no, we see right up. She's also dead. Who knows?
And then Turkey's gonna head through his second shop right here. He's gonna pick up 3 more pirate flares, and he's also gonna pick up Silky Cream and Shampoo. The Silky Cream does, I believe it's the item that increases your hair whip speed.
Yep.
So you can hair whip more times per second. Turkey also getting a bubble shield on his way back to Tanline, and another Monster Milk. And then the shampoo increases your hair whip damage by 1.
Yeah, pretty much. But I believe the Silky Cream in general, the rule of thumb is it gives you 1 additional hair whip per second, effectively, per each upgrade.
Yep.
Forgot. Almost forgot to witness a murder.
Nori opted for a different shop route, instead taking the Silky Cream and avoiding the shampoo in favor of other items. I don't see what other item you picked up though, Nori.
Just another monster milk to be safe.
Okay, another monster milk. So I'd say the Silky Cream is mostly necessary for the final boss fight, but other than that, the shampoo isn't necessarily necessary. It just sort of helps with damage. Turkey's going to make his way to Tanline Temple with the code he got. I didn't see what it was, but you have to put in that code right there, and then it just opens the door up. Nori's heading into this room with a bunch of skeletons, and there's a lot of them here that can drop pretty good items, super pike balls and regular pike balls. And on the way, we're also going to pick up this enchanted sword. See what Nori gets on the way back.
Oh boy.
No super pikes, unfortunately. We're looking to have about 2 super pikes by that point, but not quite too lucky. So Turkey is making his way through a stealth section of the run. There are these guards that if you get caught will send you all the way back to the start of Tanline Temple, which is not good and is a huge time loss. So they got to be very careful, but there's still ways to get through relatively quickly. I believe there's a 1 or 2 frame route or 2 frame window route, but I believe both runners are going to be taking it quite safe throughout there to avoid not getting caught.
Yeah, pretty much the one main time save you can get in this temple outside of just doing a bit of optimum is the very first guard room, where, as mentioned, there's 2 methods to do it. So there's about a 2-frame window of perfect movement, and you can actually just about get up before the guard turns. I undershot my first jump, so I just reverted back to a more traditional approach. There's also an approach where if you get up there at least with enough pace, but not quick enough to beat the 2-frame rule, you can actually jump and whip the guard at just the right moment where he turns around and he misses seeing you, and that effectively manipulates the cycle into play as well.
Yep. Looks like Nori's gonna get through the guards no problem as well.
Nice.
We're gonna grab an extra key here as well, and Nori opting to take some extra gems at the top that Turkey did skip. And you may be wondering why Turkey was able to open all 3 doors while only having 1 key. Well, as I said earlier, the keys that both the runners picked up in the little spittle maze Easter egg allows them to skip getting any other keys in that area. So they're able to open all the doors without finding any other keys.
Hey, well, I want some of that bread. I'm going back in for that bread.
So, because Shantae didn't have any of her items after she got taken into the temple, after killing the Cacklebat, we weren't able to pick up the Stark Magic, so we do have to head back in to pick it up, but that is the only other chore that we're doing in there.
Yeah, pretty much at this point on is now just rounding up the remaining Cacklebats and carrying on. Unfortunately, part of running this at a certain degree is being able to memorize your item management. However, there is a couple of points where you're waiting for some music to play. You actually get a chance to have a look at your menu for free, which I'm going to be doing myself.
See, I didn't know that until taking notes today on ADM. I was like, oh, you can do that? That would have been good to know.
Jake, you've been running this for how long and you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you were,
No,
that's right, you're an out of bounds boy, that's why.
Yeah. I mainly run the out of bounds category.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You did focus that a lot. You don't have to worry about that out of bounds.
Yeah. That is good to know, though. There are a couple points where I could use that technically.
I mean, I'm realistically in a pretty good spot item-wise, but one of the big issues with the way we route it these days, especially with the lack of hair upgrades compared to back in the day, I need to at least rely on a lot of strong buffs for the final fight, which will be touched upon a bit more. So even though I'm looking in a good spot, I do still need a bunch of like super monster milks to realistically set up the route for myself.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the cool things that I believe sets this run apart from a lot of other like speedruns that I've watched is sort of like the adaptability that comes from the item management. Like seeing how runners adapt really defines your skill in this game. Because the game is going to give you different items every single time. And, you know, seeing what runners can work with, whether they get good or bad RNG, while it can be a game changer, seeing runners work with what they got is a lot of fun to see and really impressive.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
It's all good. I've been coughing too.
Almost just face planted a squat gal. That would not have been smart.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been a lot of damage that you would have taken. Nori getting another monster milk from the cactus that is under the purple block room.
You missed it, Jake. I did get one momentumless back in the temple.
Ah, no, I missed it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
There's
hard,
two
it's
you
hard
can
looking at
do
two
there
at the
if you do it, like when you go in to get the magic and then come back out. But I got the one going in, just not the one coming back out.
Dang. I guess, could you explain momentum boots? Because I still don't really know how it works.
The risky shuffle takes about 2 seconds to set up. There is a frame perfect trick you can do when you're going through a transition. As long as you know that you're not going to bump into something, you can buffer a jump as you go through the load. You let go of your forward, and at the right frame while you're holding the jump, you press forward again, basically on the perfect frame. And when you do, you get to keep your momentum from the charge without having to spend the 2 seconds to recharge it up. So similar to that, like if you see me come to a stop like that from a run, that's me going for it. And I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's not like a huge time save, but if you do get it, it's pretty nice. Turkey getting the Crusher skip in the Catacombs, which is quite difficult. I'll explain it more once Nori gets there, but for now, we're going to head into the boss fight. Squid Baron. Turkey going in, I believe, with a regular Monster Milk and a Pike Ball. But he's got the Cream and Shampoo, or so. Actually, no, he does have the Cream and Shampoo, so he should
Crap.
dispatch Squid Baron relatively quickly. He is almost gonna get hit. Oh, he did get hit there. Unfortunately, we're wanting to try to dispatch the first phase of Squid Baron before he starts eating, because when he is eating, he basically sits there and takes a bunch of damage, and that move would persist into the second phase after breaking the armor. But unfortunately, Turkey was a bit too slow on that from getting hit. But other than that, Squid Baron is a relatively not too bad boss fight. His pattern is the same every single time. There's just a little bit of RNG with where he moves, and that's about it. But a pretty solid fight from Turkey right there.
Yeah, pretty much with the general setup I'm playing with there, given the items I had, and can get away with using the 2 weak items as I've got both hair upgrades, 1 buff each. Unfortunately, it does mean I do need to be somewhat precise to be able to get to the eating phase without an issue. So once I took that hit and got knocked down, that was it. I knew I was going to lose that cycle.
Nori getting the Super Monster Milk and a Super Pike Ball. And Nori setting up for the Crusher skip. Unfortunately, does not get it. He bonks on the Crusher. I know that feeling all too well. I feel like I bonk on the Crusher more than I should. But generally, you can skip the entire Crusher phase if you time it right. Nori going with a Monster Milk Super Pike Ball setup for Squid Baron. As we saw earlier, Nori has a slightly different item setup, not having the extra damage from the shampoo.
Oh no!
Oh, he got hit. Still might be good here. It's gonna be close, and he got it. Nice. So now Nori is able to save the eating phase for the second phase of Squid Baron. So right after, Nori's gonna wait a little bit for Squid Baron to move, or not. Oh wait, no, because the eating phase stopped. And he's gonna go right into the eating phase, which is gonna allow Nori to lay on a ton of damage on Squid Baron, getting a nice kill. That was a very good kill, Nori. Very nice kill on Squid Baron right there.
Thank you.
Hope you got the death mask, Turkey, because I wasn't looking.
Oh, I did.
Okay. That's always a bad feeling when you go through Mudbog and you don't get the death mask. Nori, don't forget the death mask.
I haven't done that in years.
I know, but it's something I always fear still.
Oh, believe me, even veterans make the mistake. I recently
Yeah.
didn't fire the cannon. That happened before.
Oh yeah, I'll explain that later whenever Nori actually gets to it. But so Nori's gonna make his way back to Scuttletown real quick to talk to Bolo, who's after giving him the fossil and a pair of glasses, he's suddenly extremely smart and is able to decipher the fossil into a death mask. Now this death mask is 100% required to get into the one of the areas on Mudbog Island. If we did not have it, the guy standing guard of the Village of Lost Souls would be like, hey, what's up? And then that's it.
Yep.
So you have to make your way all the way back to the start of Mudbog Island and then go get the death mask. So it's quite a time loss if you do that, but fortunately both runners did get it. Turkey is going to be gathering some coins, which you're going to be using for a fun little heads or tails segment in just a second. We have to grab 3 coins, the blue coin first, the green coin second,
Momentumless.
and the red coin third. Whee! Oh, and Nori gets another momentumless boots. I did not catch that, but I heard it because you had to point it out.
It's a nice trick to get. I'm never been very good at it myself, unfortunately.
I've never done it. On the way to the red coin, Turkey is going to be killing another Cacklebat to get some more dark magic. I don't know the count at this point in the run. I was going to write them down, but I completely forgot to. But I believe we've got over half of them at this point. Or about half. Turkey is going to opt to get some extra gems.
Oh, brain fart. Jump! That's all I heard, and it was completely wrong.
And Turkey is going to grab the red coin, and he's going to head right to the our fun little friends called the Gamers. Now, these Gamers are quite fun. It's a little bit of an RNG segment. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Where we have to play heads and tails with these guys, and we have to win 3 times in a row. And if you fail one of the heads or tails, you have to start back from the beginning. You can get them all first try. The way that we go through this is we just select heads every single time and hope we get lucky. Turkey getting a tails on the green gamer. Another tails on the blue gamer. Let's see what happens here. Oh, see. And he got lucky he got past the red gamer. Very nice.
Yeah,
not the best RNG, but not the worst either.
I'll happily take 6 rounds, to be fair. I mean, compared to what he can do sometimes. I mean, 6 is all right.
It's better than 12 rounds.
By a country mile, yes.
12 rounds is the maximum amount. So the way it works is after getting the guess wrong 3 times in a row, the game will just automatically give it for you. It just has a little bit of pity and it's like, here you go, you can have it. So no matter what option you select, you will always be right. But it's only after failing 3 times. Nori getting hit by a couple of ghosts and almost dying. Ooh. Oh, Nori, you're scaring me over here.
Scared you?
Yeah, you were scared too.
Have them on the edge of their seats. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that room with all the ghosts can be quite scary. It is very easy to get hit there multiple times if you're not careful. Fortunately, we have some food items, so not only can we do an animation skip on the red coin, but also we can heal up all the way to full. Nori missing a momentumless boots right there, but that's okay. He's also gonna opt to get some gems. The ghosts were a bit nicer on the way back through. And Turkey is heading on his way to the next boss, everyone's favorite misspelled monster, Dagron. Let's see what Nori gets here. Oh.
Oh, Kiff.
No! Nori got denied by the red gamer. Unfortunate. Now Turkey is on Dagron.
Kiff. Oh my god.
Double denial by the red gamer. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible gamers.
Oh no. There we go. So the way that Dagron works, normally you're supposed to charge into the blocks on the bottom. But with the pirate mode, we have the cannon upgrade early, which allows us to just sort of whack him out of the air, which sets him up for some damage. And Turkey also going for a monster milkless Dagron. If you were to do any boss without a monster milk after Squid Baron, it would be Dagron. He's the easiest to take care of without a monster milk. So pretty solid fight by Turkey. I believe that was like 4 cycles. Ish.
It would have been if I didn't inadvertently get hit when I took him down on one phase, unfortunately, so I had to do an extra round as a result. But there's only really 2 key aspects to a Dagron battle, simply because all he really does is swoop in. But the 2 factors we know, if the more damage you deal to him, the faster he becomes, as well as he will always do 1 short swoop in every 3 swoops. So in my case, I had a short swoop on the very first one, so I knew he was going to go long on the next 2.
I didn't know that either. What the heck?
I think we might have got the wrong person for this, Nori. I don't know about you.
I didn't know that!
Maybe we should have gotten Narc instead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I know this game. I swear. I'm 4th place. Okay, I know this game.
It wouldn't be a family if we didn't rip each other. I can't talk.
That's all, folks.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Stuttering. Oh my gosh.
Anytime I do that, I always remind myself of the secret area in Battle Block Theatre.
Turkey's going to be heading to Frostbite Island, where we're going to say hi to our good friend Barney. And now we're going to say goodbye to Barney. That first wolf right there, we like to call him Barney. And some runners have, you know, they feel like they're affectionate towards Barney.
No
comment. Some people love Barney, some people hate Barney. I believe Nori's one of the people that loves Barney and would never hurt him. But Turkey has no heart and decides to kill Barney every time.
Yep.
But that's okay. I also have no heart and decide to kill Barney every time. Nori going for a pike ball setup for Dagron. So this is probably the hardest setup to fight Dagron with. You're going in with basically the bare minimum here. And I believe it takes about 7 cycles if you do it right. In any percent run, yes. He's using 1 hair upgrade less than me, so I'm not exactly sure where it's going to land. But that's like for my setup, I think it's possible to get 5, but you'd have to have like very precise ascension damage. But yeah, you're losing a lot of cycles if you have to drop the 5 all over. By the way, pretty solid fight from Nori, only getting hit once.
Which I disagreed with because we hit each other at the same time, but he didn't go down.
Yeah, Dagron can be like that sometimes.
Yes, he
can. Turkey making his way up to the top of Frostbite Island into Propeller Town, which I believe we're going to get a couple. I believe there's 1 dark magic here at some point.
Yeah,
towards the end.
Right to the top corner.
Yeah.
In the meantime, they'll just float around, and even though like a normal mode run, you would actually have the cannon at this point, it does kind of feel like it's made with it in mind. But when you get to pirate mode, it just feels too good.
I haven't gone through Propeller Town normally in so long. The last time I went through it normally is whenever I was unlocking pirate mode on my PS4, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, imagine a speedrunner playing the game as intended.
It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I mean, no out of bounds is pretty much intended, aside from like the little item dupe thing that you do in the sewers.
Yeah, there's a few things. I mean, that one's thanks to a weird bit of programming. I assume it's like that because having the close quarters in between the snake and the ceiling, you actually kill it technically 3 times, and that counts each one of them as a 50-50 chance to actually get the item drop you want. So yeah, kind of an interesting little exploit there to be able to get flash what we want very quick.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm explaining that now. We're like miles ahead of that, but there we go.
I don't know. I just sort of thought of it. I wasn't going to explain it, but then you just started explaining it.
My brain just kind of does things where I hear things, then it's like, oh, this knowledge, right. And then I talk about it, it's like, what am I doing?
It's okay. Oh, Nori getting a super pike from the wolves. That's really nice. These wolves have a small chance to drop I believe they have like a 1% chance to drop either a super pike ball or a super monster milk. So killing them can be beneficial. It's likely that you won't get anything, but there's still always a chance that you'll get something. So it's generally worth killing.
Okay.
Yeah, very small percentage opportunity. But for this category, there's actually a secondary reason for it. It's actually using the charge dash damage advantage to try and get that cackleback kill there quicker. Assuming the cackleback wants to jump to the right with you. By hitting a certain amount of the wolves, you get accumulative damage on your dash chain, and you want to get to about 24 by the time you hit the cackleback. When you have to jump to the right, he'll land straight on top of you, and that will actually take him out. Unfortunately,
oh, no.
I got a left.
My game just soft locked. Are you?
Whoa! What?
I got the glitch at the freaking top of the chain.
Oh, come on!
I've never seen this before.
It runs
it
dead
has
for
happened
me.
before.
Yep, runs dead for me.
Oh,
Guess it sent me back to the end of run.
Alright, well, the run is dead for Nori, unfortunately.
Wow, that is a pixel perfect thing, too.
Yeah, that's a very rare one. That can happen on console as well, so that happened. Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, so what happened, that loading zone is really messy. This particular one in general, going north there. So there's 2 things that can occur there if it doesn't work properly. One is you can actually completely miss the loading zone for whatever reason and end up on top of the screen. You can recover that one because you just have to kind of know that there's a ledge or a lip that's keeping you from like running back off. But when you hit that loading zone on the exact pixel that I did, and you see Shantae climbing back down that chain, the game soft locks because it's like, oh, I'm loading you into the next one, but Shantae doesn't go with you. Shantae is in the previous screen below and falls to her doom, which is why everything disappears. So it's like failing a potion drop, Jake, basically.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, dang. Well, either way, GG's to you, Nori.
Yeah, I tried.
Well, you tried. Unfortunate things that happen. I guess I don't think this has ever happened in a marathon before, so I guess
no, that would be a first for my knowledge.
That's a first.
Yeah,
it's a first of that's never happened before.
Yeah, that's a very, very rare thing to happen.
Yeah. All right, well, Turkey is going to turn in his enchanted sword. I haven't really been talking about what's been going on Turkey's side too much because of that whole soft lock with Nori. But we're going to be making our way back to Scuttletown, killing, I believe, the last 2 Cacklebats before heading to the final boss. Or before heading to Abandoned Factory, and then to the final boss afterwards.
It's assuming I've not made a misstep in Cacklebats. I should be taking out the final one, and then it's just pretty much finish the game and get to the end. I will still honour the save thing that we mentioned at the start because I like to honour my word, so I'm still going to take that safety save in just in case. Because you never know what might happen. At this point, you never know.
Yeah. So, Turkey's going to be turning in the targeting module right about here, after freeing Joe, of course. But you know that thing that Noria said about the not firing the cannon earlier? So, once you turn in the targeting module, you actually have to talk to Amba Baron again in order for him to fire the cannon, which opens up the path to the last dungeon. So you can see Turkey turn it in right here. And then the dialogue just stops, and you have to talk to him again.
Yeah. that pretty much, I think it's the first dialogue is to say, like, oh, have you got my team back here? And then the second one is to ask you about the targeting module, if I recall correctly.
Exactly.
Okay, there's me on it. I'm going to take the long way back through these islands just to double clarify what I already believe I know, which is that all Kakabats are in, just glancing across the islands just to make sure. So yeah, we're pretty much set for that. Now it's just let's finish it up pretty much. Barney's still going to die though. Alright, so I'll pass it back over to you.
Alright. Turkey's gonna take care of everyone's friend Barney again. As we head back into the head back into Abandoned Factory, which is the second to last dungeon in this game. We're gonna pick up a key. And I don't know, did you get another key earlier to skip one of the key doors?
Yeah, so I got the one in Lost Catacombs for the extra Scorpion kill, which gave me 5 gems. So didn't pan out the way I wanted.
That's okay. But now we have enough keys to make our way to the end of the dungeon, pretty much. That extra key allows us to get into that door right there. And then we're going to grab one more key at the top, break open that chest. And then basically head straight to the boss. We're going to be fighting Steel Maggot, who is not the best boss, but he's got a little bit of RNG. He's got 3 buttons on the back of him. And you have to hit them in the right order in order to expose his weak spot to deal damage. And the order of which you have to hit the buttons is random every time. And if you don't hit it, you have to wait about 4 seconds for him to, or about a couple seconds for him to reset.
Should be a good one.
There we go. Pretty good Steel Maggot RNG for Turkey right here. And good fight. Pretty good fight. Aside from yeah, one or two misses. One or two incorrect guesses, I should say.
Yeah, can't do much about that, unfortunately. It's down to just how the game wants to do. Although, if we have a spare bubble shield, we can take advantage of that to just land in front of him, not have to worry about his bullet spread, which does a full heart of damage. We can at least figure out the code and combination a little bit quicker than otherwise. Which, to be fair, I have kind of gone a little automatic here from practice, and I've kind of set myself up to do a 1-bubble Pirate Master, so I better make sure I know what I'm doing. Fortunately, I've got the auto potion as a backup, so should be fine.
Should be fine. The true form of the Pirate Master doesn't seem too difficult to dodge from what I watched, so...
Yeah, it's one of them, it's kind of like with the out-of-bounds tricks themselves. It's not actually that hard to do, but if you happen to misstep, it's punishing.
Yeah,
even especially if you don't have your auto potion at this point.
Yep. So, Turkey is going to go to the Lonely Grave. The Pirate Master is finally going to reveal himself. And kidnap Risky Boots and then just sort of vanish.
And somehow just completely took over the island of Scuttle Town within seconds.
Yep, we're gonna head back onto the ship and we're gonna see Scuttle Town is now all dark and cloudy.
Pirate Master doing his own speedrun. How dare he?
Let's see if Nori gets let's hope he doesn't get soft locked again. He's gonna climb up just to be safe. I like it. Safety.
This file is set up for any percent anyway. I'm just giving him something other than me sitting there on one screen.
Fair enough.
Turkey will finish this run and then I'll end obviously at that point. But yeah.
Now we're gonna make our way to the Pirate Master's Palace. We're gonna be doing a slight skip in the palace. Normally you have to go through a few trials. They're generally fairly difficult. I definitely did not have fun with them when I was playing the game casually. But with some use of clever movement, we can actually skip those trials. Where you see the doorways, that's where you normally go in. But if you pull out your hat and then do 3 cannonballs and then pull out your hat again at the right time, you actually skip. You can make your way all the way up to
that will
past
do
the trial. And Turkey gets all 3 trial skips first try. Very nice.
Okay, I will definitely go quiet at this point, just for safety purposes. I've done the fight 100 times, but you never know, so...
Yeah.
Let's go.
Alright, so we are now on our way to the final boss. We have 2 phases here. First phase, Turkey's going to be using a bubble shield, a monster milk, and a super monster milk and a super pike ball. The Pirate Master will teleport around the stage. He can teleport to the left, right, or the center. We want to see him appear in the center so that we can get as many hits on him as possible. But he will never teleport into the same spot at the same time. After 4 teleports, he teleports to both sides of the screen and fire some bullets. Those bullets would one-shot you if you didn't have the bubble shield. And then it's going to spawn some skull platforms. Those skull platforms do move about slightly randomly, but we can still jump up and get some damage on them. And that was a really good first phase from Turkey right there. Now the Pirate Master is going to take away all of his pirate upgrades. So now we're stuck with nothing. Stuck with nothing but the items in our backpack. And he's going to transform into the true form of the Pirate Master. So the way this first phase goes of the true Pirate Master is he's going to fire some cannonballs. All you have to really do is stand on the corner of the screen, and once the second one passes by, you can just walk to the other corner, and the cannonballs will bounce back. Then he's going to spawn some scimitars. There's going to be a little gap in between. All you got to do is sort of stand in between that gap, and you are good. And then after that, he's going to spawn 4 pistols that are going to be rotating, and it's going to look really scary, but basically you only have to stand in the corner. Aside from moving out of the way of the bullets once or twice. I don't know how much damage those do, but I'm assuming it's a one-shot.
8 points of damage, yeah, they're a one-shot.
Yeah, so that is a one-shot. And then he's going to spawn some platforms. We're going to kill the little clones, and then we're going to just wail on the Pirate Master right here. And that is going to take care of that phase. But then we've got one more phase where Shantae's going to get all powered up from the all the magic. And she's going to start doing a lot of damage. By a lot of damage, I mean, I believe it's 999 damage. So it is quite a bit. And then we're going to basically go through the exact same thing that we did last time. Same exact attacks. They're not really different aside from it adding, you know, 1 extra cannonball. The scimitars are going to move around left and right a little bit. So that can be a little tricky, but Turkey gets through that no problem as well. And then the pistols, I believe, are exactly the same. They just rotate a bit faster, maybe. Oh, they come after you. That's what happens. All right, and then we are making our way back up. We have to kill these little clones one last time. And then, yeah, we're doing a lot of damage to the Pirate Master now, dealing 999 per hit.
Fun fact, that's cosmetic.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Each phase of the Pirate Master has, I think it's 2,000 HP each phase. So, although it looks really cool that you see those big 9s and those big numbers, really just doing the same number of damage that you would with the normal power up.
Time.
GG.
Time is coming up. Yep, time. Very nicely done.
Time for me. I don't know about how it is in visual.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Okay. Well, that went well. Whew, okay, so my heart can calm down now a little bit.
Were you getting nervous there, Turkey?
A little bit, because I knew I was on actually a pretty strong pace. Actually, I mean, I kind of had a good idea on chance at a strong pace simply from the RNG drops. I knew my shopping or gem grinding formation would be much quicker than a general run could be. I mean, I didn't think I was going to get to PB range just because I knew I had a few hiccups here and there, but ultimately, I mean, well, at least based on what I got on my timer, yeah, that's a solid run.
What was your time, Turkey?
I've got 101.29 on mine. I don't know what it is on the stream, but probably not far off.
That's about the same. Stream's got you at 101.32.
Yeah, Pretty much around the boards, but yeah, it's just literally the RNG item position can fluctuate to the point where when I got into the Village of Lost Souls, it could be I don't have to grind any gems whatsoever, to I need to get like 400 gems, where you get 100 gems for 10 seconds, free effectively, and then in 6 seconds a pop of 30 gems, which can literally add up to like 40 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds plus, dependable on how it all sets up. So fortunately things worked out a lot in that aspect. Let's just get into sparing credits just for general final confirmation leaderboards that we normally do, even though this isn't PB, but just general ordering I normally do. But other than that, yeah, I think we can say that was a pretty good run in general. Whew. Okay, I need to relax.
Calm down, Turk.
Hey, that's like when I run really well in a marathon, I get a little bit over the top. It's always good when that happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often, especially outside of Shadow Ended. I mean, it's a good run, but I dropped the ball big time at the end of that run at the start of the week. So kind of nice to have a little bit of redemption in that way. And other than that, that is Pyrus Curse. And
Yeah.
again, thank you for donating for this incentive. So other than that, I mean,
If you like what you saw, be sure to follow both Turkey and Jake. Both good.
Follow Nori as well. Nori
No,
is a fun
those
runner
two.
to watch. No, follow Nori. You can follow all of us. I mainly run out of bounds. Nori and Turkey sort of hop around, depending on what it is. But Turkey also runs Cyber Shadow, so definitely check him out. And if you're interested in learning more about speedrunning Shantae or any Way Forward games at all, you can join the Way Forward speedrunning Discord. I don't believe we have like a fancy link or anything. It's just you can find us on speedrun.com. So the Discord link's on there. But definitely come check it out. It's a small but fun and dedicated community.
Definitely a really fun run to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everyone else in the chat enjoyed it as well.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna step away here for just a moment while we transition between games. Nori, Turkey, thank you guys so much. Fantastic runs. Yeah, we're gonna step away for just a brief break, and we will be right back with Ease 6. Stay tuned, everybody.